What is up? This is Los, and this is the Talking Place, and I am back this week, and I'm talking about books. Now, books have been, they've been kind of on the back burner for me. Uh, I really, I haven't been going at them too hard this year like I used to, like I was before. I've just been going about however I want to go about them. I I was kind of going crazy with them over the past few years. I know this year I didn't want to overdo myself. I think for my reading challenge on Goodreads, maybe 12. Let me see. Let me double check. No, 10. I put myself for 10 books for the year, and I'm at 8. I mean, actually, no, I think I'm done. I think I hit 10. I just haven't updated. I haven't, see, other episode, when my first episode back, I told you summer messed me up. I haven't done nothing. I haven't even updated Goodreads. Like, I haven't done any of that stuff. Like, nothing social. So I got a lot of stuff to go over and, like, get reacquainted with things, and do my Goodreads stuff, my updates. And I think the last time I was going on Goodreads, I I was wanting to get off of it, and I wanted to get into StoryGraph, I think it was. I tried that. I think I got some people into the idea in the Discord. I got some people into the idea of getting into StoryGraph, and getting out of Goodreads, because truth be told, Goodreads, it's like archaic at this point. Like, it's really really outdated, for me personally. I know other people feel the same way, but holy crap, like, Goodreads is just, like, I don't know, there's so much more that it could be, but Amazon has its claws in it, so it's just like, it's just there. And it feels exactly how it felt back when I first discovered it, like, I don't know, 13 years ago, 12, 13, 14 years ago, something like that. So yeah, it needs something. It needs, I don't think a fresh coat of paint is gonna do it at this point. But yeah, it's got to be revamped. It's got to do something. But end of the day, I still use it. I mean, it's basic, but it gets the job done. I think that's what it's. That's probably the motto that it's living off of right now. Goodreads, basic, but hey, it gets the job done. Uh, yeah, I really want to find something better and find something new. And I tried with StoryGraph. That's the whole thing here. I gave StoryGraph a shot. I, like, imported everything. I tried to, like, I think I tried updating there once, and it just felt wrong. Like, it felt off to me. Like, I don't know what it is. I think it's the lack of knowing that the people that I know and follow on Goodreads, and, like, the community there and everything, like, I don't feel like they're all there. I don't feel like, like, I feel like it's weird to get started on, and to keep it going when I've been doing Goodreads for so long, so I think that is exactly why Goodreads is still around. That's probably it. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna keep going with Goodreads, all of that. But it integrates with the blog. I have some trackers and stuff on the blog that update, automatically as I update the feed for Goodreads. So it's like, I like that, the connectivity. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna keep going with it, but once I get that going again, it'll be it'll be updated and stuff, and I'll keep updating it. But I really haven't been, like I said, I haven't been hitting it the way I used to for the reading. I think the last book that I really was into was Dungeon Crawler Carl, the second one. Holy crap, that is that is a series. Oh man. So let me get on my Dungeon Crawler Carl soapbox here for a second. Uh this series has been around for a while. It's been a long time. I I have been, I've been reading. I've been into books for a long time. This is like the tried and true nature of books. A book could be out for years, like years. Nobody will bat an eye, but it'll only take like one or two people to say something, and then that's how it catches fire. That's how it skyrockets, and everybody discovers it and then forget about it. And that's what happened here. I feel like Dungeon Crawler Car had a huge, not a huge, it had a big following on Audible, like the audiobook listeners, because whenever someone would ask on Reddit for like audiobooks and stuff like that, what's a good audiobook to get into, what are my top ones that I need to listen to, like I just got into Audible, I just got into audiobooks, give me recommendations. Project Hail Mary is always number one, for good reason. That's my favorite book. Don't get me started on that. The movie's coming out soon, next year I think, that I'm gonna get on my soapbox for that one too, but not now. But that's number one. Number two is always Dungeon Crawler Carl. They're interchangeable too. Some people like one more than the other, but those are always the top two spots for the best audiobooks that you could get into if you want a good audiobook. And it is beyond the truth. Like, there is a reason why those two are always on the top. And I always loved Project Hail Mary. That was always my go-to. I never got into Dungeon Crawler Carl. It was always on my list because it was always recommended. So I was like, I gotta get into this one day. I gotta check it out. I've had it in my library forever, like for a long time, like ever since I was like, getting into reading again. And I checked out Project Hail Mary, and I like really discovered audiobooks, and I got into it like that. Like, ever since then, Dungeon Crawler Carl has been on my list. I never checked it out. I was always like, whatever. I'll get to it when I get to it. I'm sure it's good. I'm sure it's whatever. And it's like now, like everybody and their mother knows about it. And if you don't know about it, and this is your first time listening and hearing about it, oh man, like, get ready to hop on this train because it is well deserved. In the Discord, Voss has come out like months and months ago. He came out talking about how great it was, that he got into one and then forget about it. Like, it was like a brush fire. He just had to finish the entire series. And I think right now, I think the latest book out is the 8th or the 9th one, maybe. Maybe there's 10. I gotta pause here. Hold on, let me see. This is what happens when you don't do research before you start a podcast. All right, so it looks like it was 2020 when this came out, right? When the first book came out on, paperback, Kindle, it was 2020 when that came out. That's when I was putting it on my list. I kept on hearing about how great it was. 2025 September, this year, September, that is when the 7th book comes out, right? No. Okay. I'm back. So that was a whole lot of side questing, as I call it. The wife calls it. Yeah, I got on the phone to look for answers. I got distracted pretty bad, but but yeah. So it looks like I I I was looking because I swear that there was a definitive answer for this, but I don't think there is. I can't find it. How many he's planning on doing, but I know that there's at least 10 that he was talking about before that he was planning on doing. Maybe more. Who knows? Right now there's 7. The 7th book, he released in 2024. It is going to be releasing in hardcover on September. In September. That's the 7th book. So as of right now, there's 7. I don't know when the next one is. I'm sure that info is out there. I'm not touching my phone again. I'm not gonna go there. I learned my lesson. But yeah, it started in 2020, and it started with the first one that he self-published on Amazon, a soft cover, paperback. There you go, a paperback, and audiobook, ebook. I think the audiobook came a little bit later, but whatever. I just read it and I forgot it. But whatever it is, 2020, and then it was 2024, just last year that it was picked up, and for actual publishing, a publishing house picked it up, and that is why you are seeing like a whole big table of Dungeon Crawler Carl books in Barnes and Noble. That they look freaking awesome. I love the covers. I love how they look. I love the set of them. I want to pick up all of them one day. Still very mad at myself for not picking up for $12 on Amazon. That it was for Prime Day recently in July, but yeah, I want to pick up all those books. They look awesome in hardcover, and it is well worth having them on the shelf. But yeah, the audiobook is what shines here for the series, and I think that is why it is like it picked up so much speed, because there was a huge fan base for the audiobooks, and they're so freaking good. They are so well done. And I mean the audiobook you could find full cast recordings now. They did that treatment with sound effects and everything. Those usually distract me pretty a lot. So but Jeff Hayes is the narrator. He narrates all of them, I think. He is a freaking magician on the microphone. The way he does it, it's like you swear you're listening to multiple people talking, and it's him behind the mic. It's awesome. He does a great job narrating that book. And yeah, I got two books down for that series. I listened to the first one, and I was like, my God, I have done myself an incredible disservice by by not listening to these earlier. And then I got into the second one right after, which I never do, but I did. And I got into it, and I finished it, and then I went to the Discord, like, why is nobody talking about this book, Dungeon Crawler Carl? And Voss and Jagush, like, they both want to smack me. but yeah, it's one of those that it is so up there with our demographic, like the gaming culture and all that. If you're not entirely sure, it is basically aliens come and take over the planet, and they turn the entire planet into like a Hunger Games style type of show, where humans are all on display for TV, for broadcasted across the universe for everybody else to watch. And we are, basically Hunger Games, going through, like, trying to survive. And it's multiple different floors in this dungeon that is the earth now, and it's so freaking good. I am so with it. I am very cheap when it comes to audiobooks. So I wait for Amazon to send me like deals on their monthly thing. So, 3 months for this price or whatever. I've been holding out for 99 cents, but they haven't done that in a while. So I think I'm gonna have to bite and jump on it come uh come the next time I get one for like 6.99 or something, and then finish off the Dungeon Crawler Carl series, or whatever I could get finished off there. But yeah, other than that, which I highly recommend if you haven't already, go check it out. I also, since the last time I updated, I also finally checked out. Well, yeah, it's been a while. I'm trying to think. I know I started How to Become a Dark Lord and Die Trying. I started that one. And then I took a break from it because like something wasn't flowing with me, and I took a break, and then I came back to it months later and I finished it. And it is almost exact, talking about games being like, books feeling like games. This reminded me so much of Hades, of the game loop of Hades, and like just like the premise of it, kind of, like it is the main person is trying to survive. The main person is stuck in a loop, and it is, they die, and then they become alive, and then they come alive at a certain point, and then they try to make it further and further. Every time they die, they go back to the same spot. So it is real world based, like it's not a game. It's not something that is like Dungeon Crawler Carl, where like aliens took over and stuff, and they gamified everything. It's not like that. It is like actual real life, dying and then coming back, and all that. So there's a lot of twists. It's funny. It's something that it caught me off guard with how it is. And I know book 2 for it, I forgot what it was called, but book 2 just came out a few months ago. I haven't checked it out yet, but I have it. I do have it. And I'm gonna check that out eventually, but because I like the first one so much. But go check that one out too if you want to, feel like your reading is going more in line with gaming. I know there's nothing associated with it, but I'm telling you, it feels like Hades the book, basically. Other than that, Piranesi is another one that I didn't get to check out, even though I really wanted to, and it was always recommended. I never checked it out, and I finally did, and it was well worth the hype. There's pretty much the first 10-15% of the book where I was like, what is this? What is going on? Why was this so recommended? Like it was hard to follow. Like I wasn't even like remotely getting interested in it. And then something happened. Something was said, or something was, experienced in the book, and it was like click. Like, okay, I get it now. I see. All right. And then that's when it all came together. I was like, okay, I got you. I see why this is hyped. I get it. I'm there. And I was totally there. I was with it. And I totally recommend it too. If you haven't, the audiobook is it's all right. It's not like, oh my God, you need to check out the audiobook level, but it was all right. It was good. But the story itself, worth checking out. That it's a lot more to follow. It's a lot more to try and like get yourself acquainted with the world and everything. But once you do, you're in there. Forget about it. Other than that, James James was another one that I checked out. Man, around May, maybe around May time. James got a lot of hype. I think it got Book of the Year for Barnes and Noble for last year, and it is well worth it. It is. I never read books like this. I never that are based in real world, no magic, no fantasy, no like, made up things, no whatever, like actual real world events, people, timelines, like all that stuff I never get down with. Like the world is enough. I don't need to be reading about it. I don't need to be doing, no, I can't. Like I don't get down with it. Some people, that's all they read. And I don't know, I can't do it. But James, I wanted to check out. There was something about it that was intriguing that I wanted to read it. I kept on hearing about it. It got Book of the Year for Barnes and Noble. Usually when a book gets Book of the Year, that's when I want to pay attention and see if it's worth checking out. I'm glad I did. It is, if you are familiar with Huckleberry Finn, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, James is basically a spin-off, I guess. It's not a sequel. It happens, I think, during the same timeline as Huckleberry Finn, but it's told from the point of view of James. So, or Jim. I never read it. I never read Huckleberry Finn, so I don't know. But it made me want to read it though. That's one thing. That's something. But I still haven't. But it is well worth it. It is very, 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 very real, very deep, it's not easy. It's not easy to read in some points. It's really, really bad for American history, to look back in that. But, someone, I think it was Jagoosh, said to go give it a read and check it out before they make it not available. and yeah, that I could totally see that. So give that a go. Go check that out if you want to go more down that line of stories that are not fantasy or sci-fi or anything. Go see if that's something that you'll want to check out. But I recommend that one too. Other than that, I haven't really read anything else. I finished Circe. Circe is the Greek mythology one. What's her name? I know her name. Oh man. Do I know her name? No, I don't know her name. Hold on. Madeline Miller. That's her name. So Circe it goes like hand in hand with Song of Achilles, if you know that one. But it really, if you know one, you know the other. Or if you know what I'm talking about. If I say Madeline Miller and Circe, you should have an idea. But Greek mythology, the gods, demigods, all this stuff, this is all about that. Started reading it. That was on my list forever too. I've always wanted to check that out and never did. Finally, I was like, let me try it out. And I started it, and holy crap, that thing got me good. Like 80% it had me. Most of the book, almost done with the book, like about 3/4 through the book, I was with it. I was all up in it. I was wanting to be like, I wanted to go check out so much more stuff with Greek mythology. I was all into it. I'm a fan of Greek mythology in general. Like that's something that I always got down with. And this took it, and it was like, I was ready to jump in there more. But then I swear it was like 75-80%. Something like just got really boring. Like there was a point in the story where things just got, I don't know, they got turned around and it just wasn't, it didn't feel the same. It did not feel the same as the rest of the book for me. And I got to the point, I think maybe I'm on the second to last chapter, or maybe 3 chapters from finishing the book. I stopped. I didn't care no more. I really didn't care no more. I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm just, and it's an audiobook. I just have it playing in the background. I don't like, I could have left it playing and just got bits and pieces of it to the end and then called it a day. Like, yeah, I finished it. But no, I didn't finish it. Like, I just didn't care anymore. Like, I was just like, whatever. And it's sad because like I wanted to really like enjoy it and say like, oh yeah, this is one of my favorite books. Like, it's such a good book and everybody always recommended it, but something about it just like totally killed it for me. Maybe I'll go back and try and pick it up again where it like started to like fall off for me. But yeah, I don't know. Like it messed me up. Like I was so mad that it happened. So now for Song of Achilles, that was on my list. I was gonna do that right after, but not anymore. I'm like, I'm done. I'm not messing with it no more. So we'll see if I jump back into that in the future and see how it goes. But I've been waiting. I've been in a waiting pattern. In a few weeks. Actually, no. Let me see. There was one more. I started listening to Dragon Day. Dragon Day is an Audible original. So it's one of those like free Audible books that you have access to if you're subscribed to them. So Dragon Day is one that caught my eye, and I was like, sounds cool. It's like, the cover is like, people stuck in traffic, like, the cars are stopped and they're looking up and there's like a huge ass dragon, like, and helicopters and stuff, so it's like, it caught my attention. And I was like, yeah, let me try that out. It's free. Why not? And yeah, I'm a few, maybe 20% in or something like that. It is people, it's like an interview type book, where people are being interviewed, and it is basically going over the day where in the recent history, like, and it is the book is basically people who have experienced Dragon Day. It's when dragons were awoken and where they came back, and people are retelling the day that it happened and how it was like, totally normal day, and then this and this happened, and then this happened, and then cities were destroyed and all that. Like it's some crazy stuff. And now they're, everybody's living in this world where they're like in hiding, or they're trying to like figure out like, how to go about it. It's kind of reminds me of like Cloverfield, but dragons. I think that is the perfect way to describe it. So yeah, that if that sounds interesting to you, that's available if you want to go check that out. But yeah, I've been in a holding pattern for books. I wanted to check out my next one that I'm definitely going to be checking out, like first day that I'm able to get a hold of it, is going to be Catabasis. I think that's how you say it. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to listen to that audiobook and it's going to be said some way that I'm going to sound pretty stupid, but Catabasis is what I'm waiting for. That is the next big one that I'm really, really interested in. And I already got my hold in the library for it. It's something that I'm excited for, because the author, she did Babel. She did Babel. I think it's Babel. That sounds right. I think that's how it was pronounced. Anyway, she did that one. So that came out a few years ago. Dark Academia. It was, modern times, not modern times. It's real world, but it has like a twist to it, like alternate timeline kind of thing. So first of all, go read that if you haven't read that. That's first and foremost, because that's a long one. That's a long book. It's a chunker, but it's worth it. It's a good book. That one was one of my favorites, and it still is. It's still on my bookshelf that I'm looking at right now. It's still the first one on the bookshelf, so that tells you something. So this is like her next big book that she has, and I am very excited about it. And it's something that as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh man, that's gonna be it. That's gonna be the one. Let me see if I can get like a little synopsis here. All right, so it looks like it's Dark Academia again, fantasy. So Dante's Inferno meets Piranesi. Look at that. Is the one that I just talked about. So if you know those two books, I mean, everybody knows Dante's Inferno. And Piranesi is almost similar as far as like, trying to find your way out of a labyrinth and things like that, trying to find your way. But those two together is pretty much what you get with Calabasas. So, if you don't know about it, go check it out. It has to do with, traveling into hell and finding your way out and everything and all that. So good times, very wholesome. And I'm looking forward to it. So it's coming out very soon. It's actually coming out August 26th. So as of this recording, it is coming out within the next week. So that's awesome. So by the time you read this, the book's out. So go give it a shot. Go check it out. Go read it. Go borrow it. Go listen. Whatever you want to do. I'll be in the Discord. I'm sure I'm going to be talking about it because, like I said, that's the one that I've been excited for. So I'm definitely going to check it out as soon as it hits my phone, and then I'll be sharing thoughts and all that stuff. And I'll come back on here and talk about it more once I finish it. But yeah, that's where I've been with books. It's like I said, I haven't been reading a lot, but I still managed to talk a lot here. I don't know how that works, but I did it. But yeah, so that's where I've been with reading, and that's where I'm gonna be with reading. So until the next time I catch you, have a good week. Have a safe week. Be safe. Take care of yourselves, and go read something because we all need that. Peace out.